And she was lovely. She was terribly posh. She was from Mornington in Edinburgh, and she was lovely. And she'd knock on the door, and she'd go, "Oh," and she'd already be half cut, and she'd have a bottle of prosecco and this various like vol au and various things. You know, easy. It's great. And she said, "Would you like to have a drink with me?" So we'd sit in the kitchen, smoke Benson and Hedges, drink prosecco, and eat Marks and Spencer party food. And one day she turned up, and she had 2 wigs from the Trevor Sorbie Foundation. Have you heard of the Trevor Sorbie Foundation? That do wigs for ladies who have had breast cancer. That they chop them into beautiful hairstyles so they don't sit like wigs on people. And she had 2 wigs. And she came round, and the whole of the front of one wig had melted in a kind of a pyramid like this. And she hadn't noticed at all. Have you ever seen Something About Mary? That like that. Right? So she had this kind of pyramid of melted wig. And she hadn't seen herself in the mirror, so she goes around she's always, with some Prosecco and some party food and 20 Benson and Hedges, and says, "Would you like to share a bottle of Prosecco with you?" And I went, "Oh, Sue, have you seen your hair? Come into the kitchen, it's fine." Totter. And then she went to the kitchen and looked at herself in the mirror and went, "Ooh, ooh. It must have been when I opened the oven. You know that blast of heat?" So she'd opened the oven to get the party food out, and this blast of heat had gone in her face and melted this wig like this. So she went back to her house and said, "I'll just go and change my wig." Tottered back. It was brilliant. It was absolutely priceless. Another thing she did, I got her son, who was lovely, called Tim, who's now about 23, came round and said, "Mum's fallen over. She needs your help. Can you come round and help me get her up off the floor?" And chemotherapy makes your bones very brittle and break very easily. And she'd fallen over, half cut, as she was, constantly, bless her. And she'd fallen over, and so Tim had come round to get me, and we put her up on the sofa, and she said, "I think my ankle might have snapped. I don't know." And I said, "Tim, go to the freezer and get some frozen peas or something, and we'll put them on your mum's ankle." So he went out. Then came back, this is Sue all over. "We've only got frozen vol au Okay, well, they'll do. Just put them in the freezer. They'll fine. Just take them out of the box, put them in a box, so we can mould them around. So Sue sat there with 24 Marks and Spencer party vol au on her ankle, getting the swelling down. Tim goes out to go to the washroom and says, "I didn't want to say anything, but my other ankle's a bit sore as well." Oh, God, shit. So she's plastered 2 broken ankles, and I'm having to call the ambulance service to take her to hospital. We're feeding her coffee, just trying to sober up. And so, yes, she ended up sort of not only going through chemotherapy and radiotherapy, but having 2 broken ankles, in a wheelchair, having to have a bed installed downstairs. It was like, "Sue, it's just, what?" Stop. Stop now. So anyway, she was a case, bless her. She was great. And she ended up, she had a party on New Year's Eve in her house and went to bed at about 10 o'clock feeling not very well. And on New Year's Day, she went into Myton Hospice, and she died on January the 7th with all of her friends around her. And she, if it's possible to die well, she died well. And I was with her, holding her hand and rubbing rose-scented hand lotion in her hands with her sister on the other side. So I can't smell roses now without thinking of my lovely, lovely friend Sue. And although I never saw her really dance properly, there would be kind of the odd shimmy. Although I always pictured her as a dancing girl, because she loved people, and she loved being with people and having fun and laughing. And I have some of her things scattered around my house now. So when I see these things, I think of Sue and all of the laughter that we shared. So I don't feel sad when I think of Sue. But I wrote this song for her, and it's called Dancing Girls. In a brown paper packet stuck up in the attic, I find what I've been looking for. A white glove of satin she once slid her hand in. That night we first danced across the floor. And I see her once again. There she is, my best friend. She walks towards me with her hands held out high. We embrace and then we laugh at all the tales from our shared past. There she is, one last time we say goodbye. Childhood, our lives, they seemed all good. Our hopes and our dreams were entwined. Through all of life's changes, new homes, loves and families, even though in our hearts we were enshrined. Then I saw her once again. There she was, my best friend. She walked towards me with her hands held out high. We embraced and then we laughed at all the tales from our shared past. She told me then, one more time, we said goodbye. A wet April morning, her last day is dawning. I hold her hand close to my heart. Her strength finally fading as I sit near her saying, let the music take us right back to the start. Goodbye, goodbye, my heart. And then she's gone. Goodbye, goodbye, my heart. And then she's gone. Goodbye to my heart. Goodbye, my heart.
Thank you.